home of the National Football League, the National Hockey League, the National Basketball Association, and Major League Baseball. You're watching a SpinoKing Sports presentation. A sea of purple, white, gold, and black. We're up north in Minneapolis, Minnesota, US Bank Stadium, home of the Vikings, as this afternoon, the Minnesota Vikings host the Baltimore Ravens. Temperature today, freezing outside, the wind blowing northwest, while it's warm and comfy inside the bank.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Midwest. The echoes of the Gallahorn and the Skol chant reverberate inside US Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Coming up, two teams ready to square up. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olsen. That's the rookie Tyler Loop. He begins this one. Off we go from downtown Minneapolis. He'll work his way across the 25.
And we show you J.J. McCarthy. He'll be the starting captain for Minnesota. Triple fours in yards, 4 touchdowns, and 21st downs in passing. The front line for the Vikes: Christian Darrisaw, Donovan Jackson, Michael Juergens the center, Will Fries and Brian O'Neill. Jordan Mason in the backfield, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, the former Panther, and Jordan Addison, the 3 wideouts. The tight end, TJ Hawkinson.
So after getting drafted in the first round a year ago to Minnesota, gets off to a slow start, suffers an early injury, ends up watching the entire season from the sidelines. Sam Darnold took the starting job and ran with it. But now it's J.J. McCarthy's time. He got to watch firsthand how good you can be in this Kevin O'Connell system if you just rely on the weapons, trust the reads, and play within the confines of that system, because Kevin O'Connell has shown 2 things. He can win football games, and he can coach quarterbacks.
Here's how Baltimore will defend. The trio up front: Brent Urban, John Jenkins, and Travis Jones. The Ravens linebackers: Kyle Van Noy, Roquan Smith, Teddy Buchanan, and Mike Green. The secondary core: Marlon Humphrey, Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton, and Nate Wiggins.
They'll motion over Thielen. On the ground is Mason. This time they're ready for him. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
On second down, here's McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They get 12 yards on that pass. It'll be a Vikings first down. 19-yard line. A run, and here's Mason. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one.
And 7.
And it's going to bring up a third down. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll take it on in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
On now for the extra point, here's Will Riker. It's up and through, and the Vikings will take a 7-0 lead.
Ravens, nothing.
Riker out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Justice Hill to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
The Ravens are ready. Here's their offense, led by their quarterback, Lamar Jackson. 41 touchdowns, the most in a single season for a Ravens QB, breaking his own record which he held in 2019. Ronnie Stanley begins the O-line. Andrew Voorhees, the center Tyler Linderbaum, Daniel Fa'alele, and Roger Rosengarten on the right. Their king, Derrick Henry, the backfield runner, Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers, and DeAndre Hopkins, the trio. Mark Andrews is the starting tight end.
I'm not sure there's a more exciting player to watch, regardless of position, than Lamar Jackson. I mean, we've gotten to see him play in person numerous times throughout his career, Mike, and you just marvel not only at the athleticism, the playmaking, but his development as a true NFL pocket passer is quite remarkable. So he's an MVP caliber player. He's always going to be that. The next step for him, how does he continue to bring that regular season success that has led to 2 MVPs? How does he bring that into the postseason?
Defensively for the Minnesota Vikings, the starting 3, Jonathan Allen, Jalen Redmond, and Javon Hargrave. The linebackers are Jonathan Grenard, Blake Cashman, Ivan Pace, and Andrew Van Ginkel. Their secondary, Isaiah Rodgers, Harrison Smith, Josh Metellus, and Byron Murphy.
First down, Baltimore.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Jackson fires complete to Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Cashman. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Nate Wiggins up to make the tackle.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. On play action, here's McCarthy. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Over the middle, that's the tight end Hawkinson. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Lejante Wester deep for Baltimore. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down. He gets it up past the 30 to the 32.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On the option, they give it to Henry. And this time, they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third down, they need 5. They'll send Flowers in motion. He's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. It's been a busy 1st quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Ravens.
In motion goes Likely. They'll run it on 1st down with Henry. And he'll manage to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple, and it's 2nd down.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains, they're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Jackson now on 2nd down. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
It's 3rd and 4. In motion comes Andrews. On third down, here's a run by Henry. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up fourth down.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And are they going to mark this out of bounds? They are! It's out at the 1 yard line. What a kick.
Automatic first down.
Here's first and 10. On the ground, here's Henry. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Off the play fake. Jackson. A throw there on second down. Going to be incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And I think this is just a really good quarterback play. You understand you got 3 points in your pocket. Don't try to be a hero on third down and make the perfect pass. Throw it away, and at the end, just come away with points on this drive.
On fourth down, it's Tyler Loop for the Baltimore field goal. His kick is perfect. And the Ravens are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. McCarthy now to throw on first and 10.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
From the 42 now, here's second and 2. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
They'll motion over Thielen. On first down, here's McCarthy. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Third and 9. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson.
McCarthy's pass.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Here's Ryan Wright now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go again here with Henry. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So after 1, it's the Vikings with the edge. More from the Twin Cities in a moment.
You're watching SpinoKing NFL Sunday. SpinoKing NFL Sunday, presented by Madden NFL 26 by EA Sports, now available rated E for everyone. By Castrol, the official motor oil sponsor of the NFL. Inspired by Fox NFL Sunday, same game with a new attitude since 1994.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38, as we are ready to get back underway. On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Hopkins sent in motion. They're going to go right back to Henry. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
Gain of 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On the give, here's Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Raven first down.
At the 40-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Henry. He looks forward for maybe a yard. That's Jonathan Grenard in for the stop.
39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
3rd down and 3. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Baltimore first down. It's a gain of 10. And a Raven first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
That is left side and caught by Flowers.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Now Lamar gonna hang on to it. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
First and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
On 2nd and goal, here's the zone read. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
On play action, here's Jackson. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And they'll get about 4 out of this one. Run after the catch. Hard to come by down here. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
3rd and goal for Jackson. To the goal line and in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Ravens. Tyler Loop now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Ravens are on top. It's now 10-7.
10, Vikings 7.
Now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. Price now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vikings offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Here's McCarthy. They'll set up the screen with Hawkinson. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position. But this time, he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
2nd and 11. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
Play action now. It's McCarthy. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. Nate Wiggins, the former first-round pick, in there to bring him down.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angles so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. McCarthy. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. 3rd down coming up.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. Rolling to the left. And that's not going to do it. They'll get about 3, but it's 4th and long coming up.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
For a Baltimore first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Play action now. Jackson. Pass caught left side by Likely. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
It's a gain of 18.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
First and 10.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Second down, Jackson. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
That's a gain of 2.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. 3rd and long. They'll send Flowers in motion. On 3rd down, Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Flowers. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Yards on the play. That's another Baltimore first down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Ravens.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Jackson's pass, complete to Derrick Henry. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
Second down, they need 7. To the air one more time with Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try and run for this with Henry. He will have a Ravens first down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
And the Baltimore first down. A gain of 7.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
A first down throw for Jackson. He's got it at the 7. They'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down, 1st and goal.
That's another.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called.
At the 1-yard line.
Tyler Loop now to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get.
18-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
What a methodical drive to close this half out. I mean, let's not forget, Mike, they get the ball after the break as well, so they get back-to-back. They call it doubling up possessions. Last one of the first half, first one of the second half. It's a great opportunity to put some distance between you and the opponent.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Open man downfield, it's Addison. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
And here's this week's Spino's trivia question. Among active NFL players, who has intercepted the most passes? We'll be back to give you the answer.
This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Again, right up the middle to Henry. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's second down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Jackson now on second down. Now a screen set up for Henry.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It's pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Jackson gonna keep it himself. And he'll finally be taken down at the Ravens' 19-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards.
First down.
The advantage to this play call, Mike, is as an offense, you now can account for one extra defensive player. In this case, it's the quarterback reading the end. He goes after the running back. He pulls it, keeps it himself, picks up the first down.
And he will get into the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll let Henry try to run for it. And he will get into the end zone and bump the lead up by 2 more.
Ravens 21, Vikings 7.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
Tyler Loop to kick
now,
off
after the
Baltimore.
touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. Price now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own
The Vikings
26-yard
offense
line.
ready for their first possession of this second half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll motion over Thielen. A run. And here's Mason. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Nate Wiggins on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 6. They'll put a receiver in motion right. On the ground is Mason. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
By Trenton Simpson. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. 15 yards through the air. First down, Minnesota.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll get this across midfield, down to the 48. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in on the tackle.
48-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. They'll motion over Thielen. Working his way across the field. That is caught by Addison. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. That pass play good for 22. It'll be a Vikings first down.
26-yard line.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. A throw on the move is caught. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to, and as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Out to his right. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
2nd and 5. They'll run. This is Mason. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Jordan Mason. Touchdown, Vikings. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Riker now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Vikings draw closer here. It's 21-14.
Vikings 14.
Riker out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now Jackson. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
To Derrick Henry. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
We now continue our NFL trivia. Among active NFL players, who has intercepted the most passes? And our answer, Harrison Smith, with a total of 37 interceptions. All of them were made with the Vikings.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. In motion goes Likely. Off the... Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Jalen Redmond in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
And it might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. This one's broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Vikings offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. A little play action here with McCarthy. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes. Roquan Smith, he's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's McCarthy. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He's going to let one fly for Addison. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens handed back out again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a 1st down.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
In motion goes Likely. Jackson now to throw on first down. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
15 yards.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Ravens.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
3rd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That is caught. It is Hopkins. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's 1st and 10.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Baltimore first down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And he will power his way into the end zone. Lamar Jackson, touchdown Ravens. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Luke now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Ravens have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game.
Vikings 14.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. He'll step up and run this. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
And And the Vikings first down. First and
You know,
10
Mike,
at
I
the
like everything
39-yard
about this
line.
play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes. Trenton Simpson. He gets through to drop him. And it's a loss of 4.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. McCarthy. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
To the air, on 3rd down is McCarthy. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
SpinoKing NFL Sunday, presented by Madden NFL 26 by EA Sports. Now available, rated E for everyone. By Domino's Pizza. You can't say Domino's without saying, mmm. Inspired by Vikes NFL Sunday. Same game with a new attitude since 1994.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings.
For the Vikings.
As he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere.
First and 10.
Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. That's quickly to Andrews on the RPO. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
In motion goes Likely. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
A gain there of 11. Good for a Ravens first down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll send Flowers in motion. They'll go again here with Henry. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another first down.
A gain of 14.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Derrick Henry, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On the option, they give it to Henry. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
Two-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, this is Justice Hill. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 8. On the give, here's Henry. He'll power it, push the pile forward. It's a gain of 2.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
1st and goal, and it's Henry. And he will score! Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
On is Luke to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
They'll stay on the ground. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run. gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Now he'll run it. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
Well,
9.
give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Here's a 3rd and 10. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Now he'll work his way out right. And this is not going to do the trick. Not even close to where they needed to be. Turn it over. On down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. They'll run it on 1st down with Henry, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5. Going to go right back to Henry. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. An 8-yard pickup and a Raven 1st down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Luke now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens tack on one more to their lead.
Ravens 42, Vikings 14. Tyler Loop
now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Vikings offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play for Minnesota. 32 yards.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
It's a loss of 3.
Like, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line. And if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw is McCarthy. Forced out wide. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll get down and avoid the hit and gain about 7, setting up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd reads, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. 14 on the pickup. 1st down, Minnesota.
It's a gain of 14
And this
yards.
completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
On the give, it's Jones. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, they'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw, it's McCarthy. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
And while this game is certainly all but over, this drive really comes down to pride. On one side, you got a team trying to show they're willing to fight all the way to the end, and then the other, they don't want to give up a touchdown at this point in the game.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. It's 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's going to be forced out of bounds. Still plenty of work to do. 3rd and long coming up. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. That is caught side of the end zone. T.J. Hawkinson, touchdown Minnesota. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Vikings 21.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Hill. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
Tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll run here with Hill. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 2. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
Home of the National Football League, the National Hockey League, the National